say, Chris, if I gotta be somebody's homie, I'm glad to be your homie. Good afternoon, everybody. It is a pleasure to be here. All great causes, all great movements start with a spark. Generally start with a leader, as this young lady said before, that caused people to say, I want to be part of that movement. I want to jump on your train. And for me, the moment was about 3 years ago, maybe. And I think it was at the APAC event in Chicago. There were about 1,200 people. I had never heard of Chris Harris. And frankly, I was not going there to be inspired or to hear anything about the South Side of Chicago. I was there to hear all about Israel and the relationship between Israel and the United States. And there was this absolutely incredibly inspiring man who spoke in loving terms about why he personally loved Israel, why he thought Christians should love Israel, and why African Americans should. And he then said, and I'm taking a delegation of African American Baptist men. By the way, by that point, every Jew in the room was on their floor. And we all said, we wish our rabbis could give sermons like this. That's another story. And if that wasn't great enough, and to be honest with you, that was really, Taino, as we say, that was enough. When Pastor Harris was done talking about his visit to Natal, the Natal Center, and the trauma counseling that he thought might be relevant to his community in the South Side, he then said something that was like a bomb going off in my head. He said, so let me tell you something, or let me ask you something, my friends. I'm standing up for you. I'm there for you. I'm bringing my community to Chicago, to Washington, to Israel. Will you stand up for me? It was like, oh. So I didn't call you like the next day, but I did decide at that point that anything you asked, I was going to do, because I was so inspired and so moved and so touched. And I want to say that one of the great kind of benefits, bonus we might call it, of learning more about Brighstar Church, the tragedy that's happening in so much of the South Side to communities of color. One of the silver linings that has come out of this, Pastor, at least for me personally, is the reconnecting of the bridges between the African American and Jewish communities. And that, so I just want to say that we are very proud, and I also want to say, and I know you know a lot of the folks, but the Jewish community is here today, and I want to just give a shout out to my homies. I've never used that word before. Is that a word I'm supposed to use? I don't know. But I want to tell you that this man has inspired us, and so many in our community, to come forward, build bridges, and work together. And so I want to just say two more things with my Mesro Financial hat on, which I haven't put on yet. So we at Mesro Financial are delighted to invest and to support and to partner with Pastor Chris Harris and the Bronzeville Dream Center project to help reduce and hopefully, God willing, eliminate violence against youth all around Chicago. Mesro has been investing in our communities for almost 80 years that we've been in existence, and this perfectly fits our mission of doing everything we can to improve our communities and make sure that no one is left behind. From the personal standpoint, I've already talked about what really touched me. But I also want to say that it really is deep in Jewish learning and Jewish tradition. There's a part of, in the fifth book of the Bible, which we call the Torah, in the book of Varim and Deuteronomy, God is giving a commandment to tell his judges to take justice and righteousness seriously. And the words that sort of jump off the page are tzedek, tzedek, tzipor, which means justice, justice shall you pursue. And the rabbis argued for a long time, well, why did you repeat justice twice? Some people interpret it as righteousness. Why not just say righteousness or justice? And the reason is that it's so fundamental to the mission of our community, and it fits so perfectly with our partnership with you and your community that I wanted to make that point. So, God bless you. We look forward to working with you, and we're very proud to be part of this journey. And the last thing I'll say is, I agree with the lady from the United Way. I think this may be the beginning. I think there's a lot more that we can do together as a city and as a community. I look forward to seeing what other projects we can do together now that this train has left the station.